He's an EXTP, I think.
Who?
Kato.
Yeah, makes sense.
SP.
I mean, sensors are not like dumb things. They're like can be actually quite interesting. Maybe no. All right, nah, never mind.
What? Yeah. Why not? Why can't they?
No, like why you can be an ESTP, etc.
Oh, Megan. I don't know. I don't really care.
If you retype people, they get offended, so I try not to do it, but it's really hard to resist.
Yeah. I know everyone here thinks I'm ESTP, and that's fine. I don't care. I'm like 80% sure I'm not, but I don't disprove it. But I'm never gonna know. So you know what I mean? It's not worth like.
Wait, hold on. Steffo is here the whole time, or?
Yeah, but there's some smart ass fucking like censors, man. Theodore Roosevelt, Neil deGrasse Tyson is a censor. Sigmund Freud is a censor. Can't like censors pretty much make up the world, man.
Neil deGrasse Tyson is not a censor, man.
I think he is.
Why do you think that?
Yeah, I think he is too.
He's a censor.
I think he just got his. Maybe like. I don't know. I think he might even be a feeler, man. ESFJ or ESTP, something like that. ESTJ. He doesn't seem like. Because if you talk to him, like, yeah, he talks about abstract concepts, but he's constantly, he will not believe anything mystical. Like, there's no NI, like, there's no, like, he wants proven hard fact. So, yeah, it means good-ass TI, but it doesn't mean it has to be NE or something. That, like, censors can, like, they are. It's not even they can be. They are smart as fuck. There are plenty of censors. Like, I'm, like, pretty average intelligence, I hope. Geniuses. I don't know.
That's a lie that you're telling yourself because you're considering that the hypothesis of being a censor.
No, it's not. Nope. Okay. If you're trolling, It's cool.
You're just protecting your ego.
Okay.
Your fragile little ego.
I'm just gonna believe that 70% of the world
is dumb.
Out of 70%, there's no chance of any of them being intelligent.
Yeah. That's why the world is what it is.
Okay. All right. Cool. So yeah, you believe that, and I'm not gonna believe that, and that's about it.
Being a censor was useful when you lived in the wild.
It's useful now.
For what?
Many things. Many things. Way more useful than intuition and
so the world was run by ENTPs, INTPs, shit like that. You'd have a bunch of people who are interested in chaos, and there'd be pretty much no conservatives. And conservatives are the ones who hold society together. Yeah, they're fucking annoying, and I'm not a conservative myself, but if you don't have a group of conservatives who say, yeah, we need borders, yeah, maybe we shouldn't let everyone in, yeah, like, you need the duality. Because not everyone can just be a fucking artist and be a creative fuck and just all live.
If it wasn't for censors, you probably won't need borders because there won't be people doing stupid things. Or at least not as many people attracting groups of people and convincing them what's good and what's not.
Okay, like Hitler, sweet. So INFJs, okay. Like, that's terrible example.
Yeah.
Mao, how many people did Mao kill? He's supposedly an ENTP. He killed like 100 million people. So yeah, great example.
But he wouldn't be able to convince other intuitives. He convinced dumb censors.
That's so dumb. Why wouldn't they? Like, you had to be trolling, man. I'm gonna stop talking, man, because there's no way you're trolling out the ass right now. I'm gonna shut up, man.
Shit. Alright, Kodo, it's not uploaded yet, so.
Have you read the Mein Kampf? Hitler is such an INFJ, man. I would love to meet him.
Warning, this video may be offensive to some people. Viewer discretion is advised.
So you want to be a player, but your wheels ain't flying. You gotta hit us up to get a pimped out ride. You got to pimp my ride. Damn right. You got to
Alright, that was enough. Close it. Just close it. It was a bad joke. Close it.
What would you wanna talk to Hitler about?
Evo.
Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more.
Boring.
Hit the road, Jack.
Yeah, I've told you to close it.
What would you wanna talk to Hitler about?
Censor entertainment.
I don't think you can. Oh well.
Wir den Bolschewismus nicht aufgehalten hätten, dann wäre auch
One day, I woke up as a censor. I would probably kill myself.
ISTPs are cool.
ISTPs?
When I looked at ISTPs on paper and it was 60 personalities, I thought they'd be the most boring pieces of shit ever that are just going by the book, jerking their dicks off and jumping around. Well, they're not. They're actually the first ISTP. One of the ISTPs I mistyped as an idiot.
You've got mail.
ISTPs.
What do you normally call them?
That's kind of hard to say.
About your daily routine?
Ideas, kind of. With that ISTP, we were scheming. We were doing schemes, but like rather joke schemes on abstract ideas, innovations, etc. Like bills that enhance your intelligence. We were making like not even real schemes, just like jokes. There were no actually supporting backgrounds to it. We were counting how much we would make if we were to sell children to ISIS, and that children would be used for being suicide bombers. How much money would we make? Kind of how much money would we make out of child terrorism, etc.
You're so edgy, man.
But, what?
You're so edgy.
My microphone is not working.
He's using slang.
He said you're edgy. He's being facetious. He thinks that you're explaining this only to appear edgy to everyone.
Nah.
He was just being hypercritical today in a mood or something.
I'm to
Yeah,
defend.
your
Post-
Ash, your mic isn't working. Again. Holy shit, I stayed up all night. And now everyone's just typing on their keyboards like a bunch of pussies. Right, Neptune?
You want to fight, man? I'll kill you, man. Give me your address.
Yeah, I didn't sleep either, if you haven't noticed. Yeah, do you want to fight, motherfucker? Did 8 people just like leave at the same time? Or did someone kick all of them? He wanted to fight.
So
hey,
childish.
you're back.
So childish.
So childish. So childish. Sorry, that's not nice. I shouldn't do that. I think you accidentally kicked Nas, Tim. No, I only kicked one person. I guess it was coincidence that Nas left then. He does leave kind of. Well, he does kind of check in here and then leave sometimes. I didn't really kick one person. I kicked half a person because he's not even a full person. Right? I tend to agree. Turn on your mic, She.
Not really. What up, y'all?
Hey, what's up? Morning.
You want to talk about the B trips? You know what the B trips is?
Not familiar.
It's the Bed, Bath, and Beyond, motherfuckers. When you're dating an ESFJ, you inevitably have some conversations about Bed, Bath, and Beyond.
Oh, it's a nice place.
Apparently, I can't remember the last time I was there, but I do know that it's more than just bed and bath. That's the thing. Some people try to be reductive and they're like, "Oh, that's just for bed and bath shit." And I'm like, "No, you forgot about the third B, motherfucker."
Yeah, they also they have that one section with all those mirrors that show you like your face really up close, so you can see all your flaws.
Neptune, it sounds like you're pretty familiar with Bed Bath & Beyond.
You can do all your shopping at Bed Bath & Beyond.
Can you? Wow. I'm going to have to remember that next time I need vegetables. Anyhow, Kimberly said, because she's such a wonderful woman, she said, why don't you go on the internet while I take a bath before we go on yard sailing?
I like your woman voice. It's the same for every woman.
Yeah, can I have a different one than every other woman?
Thanks, Neptune. Thanks.
Sorry.
I want you to try that again. Say, I like your Kimberly voice. It's so unique and different.
You're gonna get him in trouble. Kimberly voice, it
really stands out. Yeah. So anyway, I like that though. I like the fact that she suggested I come in here and hang out with you guys. I was just sort of sitting there on the porch, being like, "Do." And that's nice. What you guys been? Well, I bet you guys were talking about something before I showed up, or maybe not. I don't know. I always just all of a sudden it's all about Eric. Hey, Eric's here. Now none of us have to talk for the next hour. Who's Gabriel Pasternak?
He's the guy who thinks he's an INTP.
As if.
Right?
Oh, it's him. He's not an INTP. You're like an ESFP or something. Steve-O. What did we type you as? INFP? ESFP? FFFF? I think we typed Steve-O as FFFF.
All Fs.
All Fs all the time. And
well, let's type you now. Turn on your mic.
I've typed his ass many times before.
Oh.
I can't figure out what he is. He could be anything.
He
could be anything from an INTJ to an ENFP to an ESFP to an INTP to an INFP to an ESFJ. Nobody knows. He's probably an ESFP. Or an ENFP, maybe. I don't buy his introvert shtick at all.
He doesn't like
an introvert, Steve-O? Do you think you're an introvert? He does. He's nodding. What about you, Neptune? Do you think he's an introvert?
No.
I don't think so either. Hey, Janelle, are you there?
I think he uses SE.
Yes.
Janelle, do you think Steve-O is an introvert or an extrovert?
Extrovert.
Me too. I think he's an ESFP. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, the resolution passes. Congratulations, Steve. You're an ESFP. That makes you a rarity around here. The last ESFP that was around here, we burned at the stake.
ESFPs are okay with being burned at the stake as long as it makes them famous. He said, Neptune is little pussy in the chat.
Who said that?
Steve-O. In his Portuguese accent.
I see. Did that hurt your feelings, Neptune?
I'm deeply hurt.
Neptune, why does it say INFP?
Because I am an INFP. Neptune came out as INFP.
When did you become an INFP?
It just started making sense. I don't know. It made more and more sense the more I thought about it, and I relate more to like other INFPs more so than INTPs.
Grandpa.
Hi, kitty. Here, show the people. Can you hold this for a second? That's a little baby kitten.
That's a bat.
It's a kitten.
I'm so scared that it's gonna die.
It's like, yeah, it's very, very young.
About 24 hours now.
Yeah, but a little more. Yeah, a little more than 24 hours. So, do you feel like you're an INFP because you value what you like more than what you think?
It's more of like I just care about like my perception of things as opposed to like objective truth or whatever. I just care about like I don't know, as long as my perception is interesting, that's all that matters to me, I guess. Which is very like FI4 kind of forfeit.
But wouldn't you say that I'm like that as well?
Yeah, I mean, I like explained it earlier, but I kind of all the thoughts fall out of my head. When I hear NTs talk, I relate to them on a logical level. Like I get what they're saying. They speak a language that I understand. But then when NFs talk, it like speaks to like or FI users. It like speaks to a very particular, like it resonates on a deeper level, I would say, than when NTs talk.
I like you, Neptune. I'm fond of you. I'm genuinely fond of you, and I genuinely like you. Those things that I'm saying to you are true. And for a moment, I'm like, okay, let's look for some FI here. And I realize, oh, I like Neptune. It makes me happy when he's here. I enjoy talking with him. Does that resonate with you?
Yeah, no, that makes me. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how to respond to things very often on the spot, but I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm quite fond of you as well.
But see, I don't think that that's FI user stuff, really. I think that's just a T who's learning to use FI and realize that there's things that he normally doesn't pay attention to, like the fact that I like you is something that exists and matters.
Yeah, but like, I mean, for me at least, I just feel like I relate to NFs more. Like when I'm talking to like INFJs, for instance, or like INFPs, if I watch like videos on YouTube, it speaks. They're like on another level that like I can't relate to NTs on. You know, I can only relate to NFs on that level. I don't know.
I'd see you as more likely to be an INFJ than an INFP, though. If you're going to be one of the two, because your TI, I don't see it running afoul of things very often. What you say, like, well, you can relate to NTs on the T level, but that's the thing. Remember when we were doing those critical thinking problems?
Yeah.
Well, see, Liz would have been into that too.
Yeah.
That's true. My friend Liz would totally be into that shit. And she'd totally kill it. And she's totally an INFP.
I don't think INFPs really run many foul. Like they're very aware of the limits of their TI is mostly what it is. You know, so they're not going to invest too much in it. So they're good at things and they're pretty logical, but they're not going to like, they know exactly where it ends. You know, and I'm not going to like try to push it in I don't think a lot of INFPs do push it. They're like, it's a much better bet to invest in my feelings and my intuition. And I relate to that, honestly.
Yeah, but that's a very logical way of thinking about it. I mean, here's the thing. I dated briefly an INFP 548 SXXP. And you don't remind me of her very much.
What are the market differences? Is she just like super soft or something?
No, there's a patience and distance. It's like INFP doesn't sway back and forth on things.
INFPs don't?
They're not very movable about the things that they value. And it's not like in a principled way. It's in an unprincipled way. And it can either align with principles or not, depending, but it doesn't matter. It's not motivated by anything other than greed. FI is greed in a way.
Maybe like greed for like love or something, or harmony.
Well, if you think about the questions that they answer, FI answers the question, how much will I cry when I lose this?
I think, yeah, I think an FI would be like, why am I crying? Do other people cry when this happens?
It doesn't matter. No, FI doesn't care. FI doesn't give a damn about other people. FI cares about...
That is such bullshit. And I think you have such a... I don't know. I think your FI... The way you see FI isn't how it necessarily is. I mean, it is your blind spot. So...
That's true. But
you
I have
more of a bitter taste towards
my
it.
blind spot. I have a theory that because of my blind spot, that means I can see it more clearly than everybody else.
I don't think so.
That's quite the theory. I mean, yeah, I forgot where... Oh, even if it is greedy or selfish or whatever you want to call it, doesn't mean that it's not curious. FI and any paired especially are really curious. Of course they're going to care about what other people think. And what other people feel and all that stuff.
What I mean is, it's like, I'm not saying that it doesn't care about those things at all. I'm just saying that it doesn't care about them compared to, it sees them as instrumental values rather than ends in themselves, right? So how other people feel and other people's happiness and other people's satisfaction with things is an instrumental value for FI. It's an end in itself for FE.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I mean by it doesn't care how other people think. It cares what it's like, let's say you're talking about a relationship with another individual. So if I'm talking about like Kimberly, well, obviously I feel fondly towards her, and that's FI. And I don't really care what anybody else thinks about it, except I care what she thinks about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's FI. To the extent that the things I just said are true, that's FI. The fact that I do also care, part of the reason why I care about her is that she displays well. She displays appropriately for me in a lot of different ways. In an FE framework on things, and contributes to why I have FI attachment towards it. But regardless, the FI part of it doesn't care about what anybody else thinks because it just values the individual for its own reasons, unrelated to perceptions.
I mean, I don't know, Ash was discussing it because he has a hard time understanding it as well. And he was talking about it in terms of relations and how things interact with each other on a relational level, not necessarily on a rational level, which I think makes quite a bit of sense, you know.
Hi, Katie.
Are you making fun of my smile?
No.
Not you.
Oh.
Who is that?
That's Steve-O. Steve-O is like that with everybody. Just ignore it. Yeah. Good morning, Katie.
Morning.
Nice to see you.
How are you?
I'm quite well. I slept beautifully. I woke up beautifully. I'm smoking a cigarette. I'm drinking some coffee. And chatting about random shit, including your specialty, the introverted feeling. I was saying to Neptune that Neptune is not an INFP. What do you think? Is Neptune a feeler? Katie?
I don't know.
Do you think that introverted feeling, I was saying is that it doesn't really care.
I never thought he was an INTP.
I thought he was an INTP as well.
No, I never thought he was.
Oh, you never thought he was?
No. I think he's smart. You can think. But you don't have to be a T for that.
That's true. You don't have to be a T to be smart. Lots of T's in it. Lots of non-T's are smart.
Yes,
well, regardless.
I have to sometimes tell people I'm not stupid because they have to over-explain, or they think they have to over-explain themselves. That's just more of my lack of giving a shit about what they're talking about usually.
Well, see, I was trying to experience it earlier today when I got on this chat room here, and I said to Neptune, I was talking about FI, and I thought, well, where's some FI? I said to myself, oh, well, you like Neptune. Neptune's cool. And so I engaged in what I thought was FI, which was me saying things like going, I like you. You're nice. You're cool. I think you're fun to be around. I like talking with you. Which is it's like if it's true and you say it and you try to feel it as you say it, then that's FI. What do you think?
Well,
how is that not FE?
No, because I'm not. If I were saying it because I wanted Neptune to think more positively of me, and I wanted to manage his perceptions of me, then that would be FE. But if I'm genuinely trying to feel how I particularly value Neptune exclusively about other things and experience the feeling of that but through voicing it, then that's FI.
Like, I was happy when I got on here because you're on here. I was happy everybody else is on here too, but specifically you. So I said hi.
I too. I was happy to see you too, Katie. I was specifically happy to see you as well. So I'm glad to hear that.
Stop.
Thank you for sharing FI with me.
This needs to stop. Oh my god.
Listen, Janelle, I'm not happy to see you. You're a negative Nancy, okay? How about that? How about that? How about you make me sad? How about that?
Well, good.
Did you just join the conversation? We've been talking about FI for a lot longer.
I've been here.
I think that FI is searching for the common ground in everything. Ultimately, like if you're thinking of it in terms of relations, like Ash kind of phrased it earlier, you're just trying to find harmony or the common ground in things in their relation to each other. So
no, I disagree completely.
That sounds more like FE. FE is more about harmonizing with people, whereas FI is more about harmonizing and keeping
FE is compromise.
A lot of times to make your FI happy, at least for me, I have to make other people happy. So there's a FE, or actually I don't usually use FE. I use like sensory shit.
It's instrumental or it's the goal in itself. That's the difference, right? For FE, the goal in itself is making other people happy and other people's perceptions. For FI, it's an instrumental thing. You have to keep the people who are important to you happy so that you feel happy, continue to feel happy in their company and stuff. So, for example, if Katie came on here and her example of FI was, for example, Eric, when I came on here, I was freaking pissed to see you here because I hate you so much, then that would gradually cause me to probably not like her as much, right? If she kept doing that time and time again.
I would have just gone in for you like I did with Court.
Okay, so the point being that it's an instrumental thing, right? It's
Why is FI considered or INFPs, for instance, they're considered the mediators, like, I think that they're very concerned with harmony in general. Why would they be if FI doesn't do that?
No, the reason it's called that inappropriately is because they can see the equal validity of positions that aren't equally valid. And that's not a good way to mediate things, actually, at all.
Not even personal relations ever?
Well, no, because the point is there's ways to T in the validity of F, but there's not ways to F in the validity of T.
Yeah.
So I can argue successfully that we need to validate another person's feelings, but I can't feel successfully that we need to validate my thinking. That has to be felt for them to understand why it's necessary, or they have to make a bridge over to T. So either way, the T has to be in charge of that shit.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that.
Okay, I'm gonna go back inside. Should I finish my cigarette? I have to make sure there's. I'm gonna turn off my camera briefly because I don't want to expose any naked lady accidentally if she's getting dressed or something.
So they can work like a mediator in a way that they could see both sides of an argument and then try and like bridge the gap or like help people come to like, I don't know.
They can see the need for subjective satisfaction of both parties. That it's not enough that it be legalistically fair in some regard. That both parties have to feel as though they're emotional and that like if I was saying the other day, yesterday I think, that one thing that'll happen sometimes with NTs is they'll be like, someone will be like, I'm sad, hold me. And the NT will be like, okay, well, how sad are you? And how long should I have to hold you for in order to deal with your sadness? And will your sadness be fixed upon a certain amount of holding? NTs want to ask ridiculously stupid questions like that when a loved one says, I'm sad, hold me. So that's the sort of thing that INFPs will be able to go, hey, look, that has validity too. But NTs can learn that has validity too and understand it more effectively. And I think in general, Ts are probably going to be more fair and more attentive to actually dealing with both sides, whereas an F will sort of focus on how both sides need to feel their way to this, which is what happened when I had a marriage counselor. He was like, basically, well, we need to feel our way through this and we need to feel out all the logics here, and then we need to feel our way to a logical conclusion. And, that doesn't really work. He was an ENFP, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I think one of the more challenging things that can happen to NTs is if you look for a therapist, for example, you really need to find a therapist smarter than yourself. And that can be a challenge for NTs in general, I think.
Finding smart therapists in general is kind of hard.
Yeah. I'm smart. I'm gonna be a therapist.
You should do that.
Yeah.
You can offer Skype sessions.
Right. I know. I totally could. I think I'm going to. I gotta say.
I really think you could do it and should do it.
Host Eric's life coaching service or something. I don't know.
Yeah, you have to
it seems ridiculous. It seems ridiculous, but I think I would actually be better at being a relationship coach than anything else. Like saying, okay, well, here's what you guys are fighting. Oh, you guys should just split up. You're conflicting types. I would totally say that too if that was the case. I'd be very gentle about it, but I'd say, well, frankly, I mean, I think you guys should split up. Nobody ever tells couples that.
That's a good point.
Why not?
Well, maybe because they want to keep making money on each session, so they're like,
that'd be a shady ass therapist, huh?
There's a lot of them.
Well,
so like they try really hard, and then after like 15 sessions, they're like, I have news, it's not gonna.
I give up. Oops, my bad. I thought I could fix it. How long is this going to take? Therapy is a long, long process. It's a long process. It takes a lot of sessions. I need at least 40 sessions. It's like 40 hours of work. A full work week. Okay, at $100 an hour.
You ever been to a therapist?
Yeah.
Sat down on the couch and pretty much start from the beginning? That kind of cliche thing.
I didn't start from the beginning, I don't think. But I did sit down on the couch and tell them words about myself.
What did they make of you?
Well, I mean, I've had 3 therapists. The first one obviously didn't like me. That was in college. Or 4, I guess. Okay, the second one was in college. He was a good therapist. The first one, I don't know what to say about him. He disliked me. He clearly hated it when it was my turn to go to therapy. So I don't know. The second one, he was cool. He basically told me I was overthinking everything, and I needed to get out of my head and just like try to understand what I liked and didn't like. Basically, he told me to get in touch with my feelings, and he said, well, if it feels good, you should do it, and if it doesn't feel good, you shouldn't do it. And he told me things like that. Because I'd have a lot of questions about it, what it would mean if I were to do things that I hadn't done yet. Anyway, the third therapist I had was the marriage counselor for my first marriage. And she did her best to tell me, without saying these words directly, run, lose this bitch, and get away from her as fast as you can. She said things like, well, obviously her words mean nothing, Eric. She was smart. That was a smart therapist.
I feel like you know when you have a smart therapist when they start speaking to you in like colloquial terms as opposed to like doing that weird like
therapy
talk thing that they do. It's like a baby voice, except they're speaking like an adult.
And the fourth therapist was the marriage counselor I had with Candace, and he was pretty good until he started getting into his nutrition shit. I told him right off the bat, like, dude, I saw on his thing that he did nutrition as well. I'm like, I do not want not 1 minute of nutrition bullshit, okay? I don't buy in any of it. Your dietary recommendations are irrelevant to me, and I do not want to hear them.
Where does that even have a place in relationship therapy?
I mean, he was a big believer that, it's all one unified thing, your diet and your mind and your heart and your soul and everything. And that's fine. He can believe that if he wants, but I'm not there for dietary recommendations. I'm there because my marriage is falling apart.
You thought that changing your diet would help your relationship?
Yeah, he did. Talking about the marriage counselor I had in my last marriage, who gave dietary recommendations. He did too. He like the third or fourth session, he did anyway. Even after I began the first session, saying, "Now I see on your website these do dietary shit, nutritional stuff. I don't want any of that. I don't want any of it. I don't like that shit. I disapprove of it. I don't want it." And I still got it like the third or fourth session at the end, but he couldn't restrain himself. It was just like, "But can I just tell you one thing?" Fine, go ahead. When I started talking, I just started shaking my head. Do you want me to explain to you why this shit's such bullshit? I don't think you do, so let's just not go there.
Yeah, I don't think your diet was going to be the...
Well, the reason I ended up going with this therapist at all was because he was a former debater. He debated Lincoln Douglas debate. So he was sick. Like, he danced a dominist with me in the first session and did an effective job of that. So I was impressed by that, and it was fine. I needed a therapist anyway who could represent Candace's position more than my own, because I knew that there's not gonna. I was fine. My position would be adequately represented by me. So I needed Candace to feel like the whole thing was fair more than I needed me to feel like the whole thing was fair. You look like you're almost ready to go. Yeah. Okay. Can you find some pants for me?
How do people keep that?
Are they ripped?
Absolutely. Like brand new.
Are these underwears? No, these aren't new, are they? No, these are my old underwears. There. That's what I'm talking about.
Who said that? Powerful people can't get mad.
Powerful people can't get mad?
Yeah, it's in the comments. What kind of bullshit statement is that?
That Ash?
What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
That's true.
It's kind of true.
Really?
Yeah. The more powerful you are, the less mad you can get. Anyway, I gotta go.
Be mad.
It's not a condemnation. It's a reality that you can't indulge yourself. The more powerful you get, the less you can indulge yourself in that fashion. Because being mad and sort of flailing around wildly at shit does a lot less damage when you're not very powerful, and does a lot more damage when you are very powerful. So, see, if you're an FI person like you, probably you think, well, of course they can get mad because getting mad is a naturally occurring phenomenon. It's a state of being that you're going to experience when you're mad. And that's true. But that's why probably, in general.
Not necessarily what I was saying.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I don't know anything about FI. I just keep speculating about it and hope I'll figure it out one of these days. I know this. I'm really looking forward to going yard sailing right now. We're going to go hit some garage sales. I'm going to make some little videos in the process as well. So I can share. Yeah, garage sailing. so you share this experience with all of you wonderful people.
That should be fun.
I think it will be fun, Katie. Thank you for the vote of support. And thank you for being here, everybody. I'll see you later. I'm off for a Saturday morning's activities. Activities! Fuck yeah, activities!
See you around.
Is that like the...
Yeah, I don't know. Have I ever seen Kato in that room? I don't think I have. The room that you're in right now?
It's the same room.
Oh, well, I mean, different angle.
I don't type people.
We can't type you because you're never being genuine, Steve-O. And if you are being genuine, we can't tell, so I won't attempt to type you until you decide to be real.
Oh, Katie?
But Steve-O's only real with people who he thinks are worth being real with, but he doesn't think we're worthy.
Nothing. Just eat your food, man.
Okay. Hi, Katie.
Hi.
I should have slept last night. I'm in such a fog.
Oh, shit. You still didn't sleep? Oh, yeah. No, you said it this morning.
My beliefs aren't up for question because I realize that they're just that. They're beliefs. So why would I argue with you?
What beliefs?
He's really into challenging people who believe in God because he thinks it's a joke.
Who?
Steve-O.
Oh. I believe in God.
But that's like like a lot of people with weak egos. They attack people's gods so that they can feel intelligent.
So mine isn't really based off the Bible and stuff. I was raised in a cult type environment, so I don't really go with what I was taught necessarily. I go more with like the things that are around us as human beings, how we were made, the earth, just how everything works. It was like there's a creator. So
I believe in a universal concept of God. Kind of like Katie. A little bit. Just a little different.
say God and Jesus were probably so much drilled into my head that I won't ever have them out. But
have you tried?
Yeah, it wasn't good either. So
same Z's.
But then again, a lot of stuff with the Bible and bullshit I was taught doesn't all make sense either. So let's keep it simple. I'm at ease with where I'm at, and I don't feel like going and shoving it down anybody else's throat. So
yeah, I don't do that either. I actually don't usually talk about my beliefs because the same thing that Steve is doing happens quite often.
Too many. I don't like. I'm a family like freaking debating about what the hell you think and getting mad about what you think some verse means. What the fuck?
Nobody's bragging or making a statement.
Well, actually, I mean, it's nothing to brag about, but I'm glad I don't do it. Because, I mean, religion starts wars. Religion, and people die because of religion. Fucking.
Human beings start wars, not religion.
Yeah, but it'll be based on it.
Yeah.
Based on their beliefs.
There's always some stupid reason. If it's not religion, it'll be something else.